the real estate brokerage model is dead. This is according to Tamir Poleg, the CEO of Real Broker. And we're going to watch a presentation from him in the 2025 Rise event, breaking down why Real no longer identifies as a real estate brokerage, but instead as a tech platform for real estate services, and why if other real estate brokerages are not investing in technology, AI, and other real estate services, they're going to die over the next few years. Let's hop in.
Because I talk to a lot of analysts and investors, and people are asking about margins and profit margins and potential in the brokerage industry, I started looking at data. Just randomly, I was in my bed with ChatGPT, and I started asking ChatGPT different questions. And I started looking at profitability or profit margins, bottom line margins at different industries. And it was completely random. The first industry I looked at was hotels. So if you run a hotel, typically profit margins range between 2% to 5%. And yes, there are some bad years. It's very much affected by the economy. 2010 was not a great year. 2020 wasn't a great year either. But if you start a hotel business, then you have good chances of 2 to 5% profitability. I then went to construction, and by the way, it's steady. Construction, same story, 4 to 6%, solid margins. It's kind of up and down, but the average is around 5%. There's no clear trend of going up or going down. Pretty steady over the past 20 years. Moving on to restaurants, and here I was a little bit surprised because I saw that restaurants are not really making money, but it seems like the trend of profitability in the restaurant business is actually increasing. So all of us are eating outside more than before. We order in, and as a restaurant, you have a good chance of succeeding. And then I started looking at our business. And I looked at Remax. Remax is a franchise, so they're not exactly comparable to us, just because their revenue is the franchise fees that they collect and some other fees that they collect from their franchisees. But the chart tells a story. It tells a story of declining margins from about 10% 10 years ago to roughly zero today. Those are the profit margins of Remax. I then went ahead and looked at Anywhere. Anywhere is this company that Compass is going to acquire that just announced their earnings this morning. Wasn't great, by the way. And their profits, I wish it was. I wish it the best part. Not please. And profit margins went from about 2 to 3% 10 years ago to 0 or -1 today. And if you draw a line between 2015 and today, it's clearly declining. So obviously, great. And then I said, okay, let's look at the overall industry. And this is a bad picture. And I know that our investors are seeing this from going, they're saying, okay, maybe we did a bad betting on Real. But
yeah, isn't that wild that all the brokerages and the industry as a whole, they're actually at 0% profit margin, or essentially losing money. And I've heard this from many franchise owners at Keller Williams who own Keller Williams brokerages. Many of them, their agents make significantly more net profit every year than they do as the actual franchise owner. And he actually showed the numbers for Anywhere. And one of the interesting things that we learned in this Compass acquisition of Anywhere, attempt to acquire it, is that Anywhere had over $200 billion in debt. So you may look at that and be like, look at these charts and be like, oh, there's no way they're only 1%, 2% profitable. When you look at the fact that they have $200 billion in debt, and Anywhere owns many other real estate brokerages, that is just further evidence confirming this, that these legacy brokerages, that model is dying. That model does not work anymore in today's real estate market, in today's economy. And the crazy thing is that most of these legacy brokerages have not realized this. They haven't realized that it's the entire industry that is changing and evolving, and that the models that worked in the 1980s and 1990s no longer work in 2025.
brokerage profitability went from about 5% 20 years ago to close to 0 today. So if my son came to me one morning and he's super excited and said, "Hey, Dad, I want to start a brokerage," I would say, no, you go start a restaurant, okay? And that begs the question of what are we building here? Because I have no desire to build a business where dash chance will yield 1% profit margin. So what are we building? And for the past couple of years, we were trying to educate the market and say, hey, this is not a brokerage, this is something else. This is a category that we don't really know how to define. This is something that nobody else has done before, and people want to understand exactly what is this category. And later today, we will demonstrate what we mean by that. But what we want to build is a platform of real estate services, a place where buyers and sellers find everything that they need. They find mortgage, they find title, they find moving services, they find loans, they find everything that is housing related, and we want everything to be in-house.
Now, I want to touch on this real quick because there are like other people who have kind of attempted this. There's just websites, and then they have like affiliate links going to these different things, and they may say like, oh yeah, we're a hub for all your real estate services. That's not what we're doing. We're not just building a website where you can go to like different companies. We're building one seamless tech platform that all of these things are fully integrated into. So you work with one company. And so right now we have Real Broker, which is the real estate agents, Real Title, and Real Mortgage. We're all using the exact same tech platform. So if a consumer buys with us, instead of working with 3 separate companies for these services, with 3 separate digital signature platforms, and having all this communication between everybody, waiting on emails, waiting on phone calls, waiting on texts, they have one seamless platform that they're tapped into, and communication between the title company, the mortgage company, and the real estate agent is seamless. It's instantaneous. As soon as the title gets an update, that goes across the platform. Everybody gets that information. A big part of why it takes so long to close a home is just communication, right? You're waiting on an email from the title company, you're waiting on an email from the lender's waiting on documents from the buyers. We're all using the same tech platform. That communication is instantaneous. We all get updated at the exact same time. Now, Real's ultimate vision is to get the home buying process really clear to close from 30 days down to 10 days. That's the ultimate vision. And they said that they've tried to push it to 14 days already, and they had a 75% success rate with getting a clear to close in 14 days on home buyers. So this is the ultimate vision, is to make the home buying process so much smoother and simpler for consumers. And in addition to that, these other ancillary services, the title, the mortgage company, they have much higher profit margins than the actual real estate brokerage model does. And so with these other services, for one transaction, instead of just making a little bit of money off of the real estate agent, they're going to get paid from the real estate agent, the title company, and the mortgage company. And as he's talking about, we want to add additional ancillary services as well, all fully integrated into the same seamless platform and home buying experience for the consumer.
But more than anything, we want to build a platform for agents to maximize their business potential. Each and every one of you, I would bet, can do at least 20% more, or 100% more, or 200% more out of their current business without doing too much. So, are you making money through title? Are you making money through mortgage? Are you making money in other ways that we can show you how? But we need to be prepared for a future where consumers will want to pay less and you will need to extract as many dollars out of every transaction. We want to be able to allow you to monetize your business in multiple ways. People think about commissions, and your business is so much more than just commissions. Everything that you've built, all of the relationships, all of the systems, all of the habits, all of the branding, this is worth something, and you're not monetizing it the way you could be. Maybe 1% of agents to monetize.
So these different ancillary services are going to provide additional streams of income into Real itself, but it is also going to provide additional streams of income for the real estate agent as well. So most brokerages, the real estate agent, they can make money off of commission. That's it. Here at Real, agents can make commission. They can earn free stock in the company. They can earn revenue share. We have a mentorship program that you can earn money from. We have joint venture with Real Title. Agents can also become lenders and be the mortgage lender on the same transaction that they're the buyer agent on. And one of the next presentations that Real makes to talk about how they're adding an additional stream of income for agents' businesses, which is that they will actually pay agents for our consumers, for our buyers who are using their new Leo for Buyers platform. So agents at Real have many different streams of income into their businesses besides just real estate commissions. And this is the future. When you look at the trend of the average real estate agent commission over the last 20 years, it's going down. Real estate agents today are getting paid a smaller and smaller commission percentage as consumers expect to pay less. And this is largely because of companies like Redfin or these 1% listing companies. This is just the trend. Those companies, unfortunately, are not going anywhere. So as real estate agents, we need to find additional streams of income into our businesses, and that's what Real is providing their agents.
And we want to leverage technology to provide superior service for consumers. If we build the technology that is easy, that is great, that people want to use, coupled with your relationship skills, with the fact that you know the market best, if we combine those, we can build a company that everybody will want to work with. But we need to do it in partnership, in true partnership. We need to make sure that whatever we build, you use, and you give us the feedback about what you need in order to succeed. Every few years or every few decades, there's an innovation that completely changes an industry. And I know that over the past few years, we talked a lot about innovation. But I think that we now have the beginning of that innovation that is going to transform the real estate industry. It's going to transform your businesses. It's going to transform your day-to-day.
So I love this vision. I love this clarity that the real estate brokerage model is dead. If that is what you are attached to, that model is failing. This is evidenced by Anywhere's $200 billion in debt. This is evidenced by the fact that Gary Keller sold 51% of ownership in Keller Williams. The real estate brokerage model is not sustainable moving forward in the future. And this is why Real is now a technology platform for real estate services and why we're moving in that direction, creating a better experience for the real estate agents, better experience for the consumer. So look, if this vision gets you excited about the future of the real estate industry and you think Real may be a good fit for your business, be happy to hop on a one-on-one video call with you, talk to you about your business, talk to you about Real, see if it'd be a good fit or not. I have a link down in the description below where you can schedule a one-on-one consultation or head on over to my website, next-genagents.com to schedule that call. And if you want to see some more announcements from the 2025 Rise Conference, check out this playlist right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.